season preview series continues on, and we're here with OUAZ head football coach Mike Nesbitt. Coach, how are you this morning?
No, doing fantastic. Excited for the day.
You're a day away from kicking off your first game. What are you most excited about with your team?
Well, it's just exciting, to get a new season started, watch the growth of a new team. I thought our fall camp has been fantastic. We've got a lot of new faces and some new guys that have done a great job of buying into the program since January. So it's an exciting time, and just to be able to watch them turn it loose and go play a game will be a lot of fun to see how our guys play.
Especially for those guys that have been here since January in the spring, grinding it out. How excited are you for them? As you said, you're going to let them kind of turn it loose and fly out. It's been 9 months of preparation, and they get to finally put it to use.
Yeah, our guys do a lot in January and February and March, just to make it to this point, and then there's summer conditioning and everything that you do, for the next, 15, 14 weeks that you might be able to play, right? I mean, so it's a lot of fun to finally get it started, and we've been practicing for a month and a week now against ourselves, and so it'll be exciting to watch them play another, quality team and get to play in front of their fans here in Surprise. It'll be a lot of fun.
Let's talk about some of those guys that have been here since January and beyond. First with the offense, you're returning a lot of key guys in some key positions on the offensive line, your quarterback, receiver. Who are some of the guys you're most excited about?
I'm really excited about our offensive line. I think our offensive line has done a great job this, off season and camp, with Zach Woltz and David Sanchez coming back. You got 2 all-conference guys there, and, you got a second-team all-conference and Mark O'Bannon at tackle and Zane's coming back at left. And so it's an exciting time to see that group, and it's nice to have 5 guys back that have played a lot of football and been on our program for a long time. And then it's always good when you have your All-American and starting quarterback back for another season. And Luke's had a fantastic offseason and a great fall camp, and he's gotten better every day. So it's neat to see Luke getting after it and improving. And then we got some new faces at tight end with Andrew Cannon stepping up and probably taking over a starting role there. And Andrew's had a great camp and looks like he's going to be in great shape to play there. And a couple new faces at wide receiver with Terry Warner coming in as a transfer, and he looks really good. And we'll just kind of see how the rest of those pieces fall out. But it's an exciting group. And then, at running back, we've always been real fortunate to have some great running backs here. And it's kind of, stepped up time for Jadon Lester to be the next guy. And so, he's had a great, preseason, and everything looks great. So it'll be exciting to see him actually get a bulk of the work and become the premier guy there for us at running back.
How does that help your offense where, as you mentioned, especially on your offensive line, you're returning a lot of guys, All-Americans, All-Conference guys, a quarterback who is here, receivers that have been here. What does it do for an offense where you're not really training new guys in the offense, you're just kind of plugging in some new?
Well, I think it helps, that we've actually had some growth in our program where we've had some guys stay around and be able to mature, and it helps just with terminology and understanding practice habits and practice schedule and how we meet and what we do. Those guys, the older guys can always kind of bring those guys along and pull them in and show the new guys, transfers or freshmen, how we meet, how we practice and what we need to do. And so that's a good thing about it. And then just continuity of play, right? That we're all saying the same thing, and that we always, we joke around, right? That we all agree that wall's blue, and we all got to believe in it. And so I think that always helps with our kids.
What about on the defense? Who are you most excited to see return, and who are some of the new guys?
I think defensively, we're really strong defensively. I'm excited to see this defensive unit play. I really am. I think Coach Dominguez has done a great job with these guys, recruiting them and getting them here and getting them on campus and everything that we've done to make our defense a little bit better and improve every year. So, at the linebacker core, I'm really excited about Isaiah Cotton. Isaiah Cotton, had to play through some injuries last year, and he's super healthy now, and he's done a great job. And he's done a great job of leading our defense. I think he'll be good. Trey Overton's coming back, and he suffered an injury last year, and he's been completely healthy. And so to see those 2 guys really get a chance to get after it and be in full force is going to be exciting. And then in the back end with Malik Campbell, and I think he's had a great fall camp. And then Cornelius Williams out at corner. And then Tyler Faber. Tyler Faber's been one of those guys that has been in our program since he was a freshman and just grown up and steps up every day and gets a little bit better. So it'll be exciting to see. And then there's a bunch of new faces in that D-line that are running around every day causing havoc. And so hopefully those guys will be ready to go and get after it on Saturday night.
Last season, the defense was one of the top defenses in certain categories, the top defense.
Yeah.
What made them so good last year, and how is that going to carry into this?
Well, I think the big thing for those guys is just the physicalness of play, the effort, the running to the ball, the pursuits, everything that those guys do defensively, and just how physical they play, and I think that's something, the speed of play and the physicality that they bring every day. And I know it helps us offensively because we see a good defensive unit every day, and just that, I think that the constant pressure that our defense can put on people, and then them understanding, the scheme and the structure of it, and they do some stuff there that is a little bit different than some guys might see, week to week in our conference. And so I think the preparation for the offensive guys is a little bit harder when they come play our defense. And so hopefully we can keep that up.
For both the defense and the offense, and even your specialists, you talked about a guy like Tyler Faber, who's been here since a freshman. In this world where it's easy to transfer, it's easy to find something new, how important is that for your program, where you have a good handful of guys that have stayed and matured?
I think that's key. If you look at like Zach Woltz, Tyler Faber, our core guys, even Luke, those guys all could have been in a situation where they had to play a backup role, and they sat, like Luke sat for a couple seasons before he was even close to being in the 3 deep. And so same thing with Tyler, on defense. And I think that's the thing that those guys have to fight a little bit and wait their turn, and then when their turn does come, they're ready to play. And, I always joke with them that those guys could tell that to a lot of freshmen when they come in. You're going to have to earn your way, and then once you do, though, you're going to be great at it. And so it's fun to watch those guys become the next group of guys that can really do it.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what guys like Luke, like Tyler, who have accomplished a lot last season, take it to the next level. First week, it's Texas Wesleyan, a team that finished at the top of the standings with you last season in the Sooner. What do you know about them?
Well, I think they're still a really well-built team. I thought, I kind of laughed. Everybody was in the league was all joking around when Coach Prudhomme stepped down and resigned and retired. I thought everybody's thinking that, there might be a drop-off, and there's just too much talent there. They had too many good core players, offensively, defensively. When you got some great leaders like they do in their defensive line, and their 2 linebackers coming back, those guys are fantastic players. And then they got a great quarterback that's an awesome leader. And so I think that's the thing that everybody kind of forgot, right? But it's still a player-driven sport. And so if you have the right players in the building that can lead a team, and then you get a new head coach that's got some ambition and some strive to, put his mark out there as a first-year head coach, and the first time getting to be a head coach, he's going to work hard and do a good job. And so you can see the offense is still clicking and rolling for him at Texas Wesleyan. Just do the leadership and the offensive coordinator and all those guys being the same voices. You can tell that. And then defensively, I think they're super physical. I think there's not any drop off in that, and their effort to play, their turnovers, the way they can tackle. And so it'll be a fun game. 2 highly ranked teams that both of us want to be in the playoff hunt at the end of the year. And so it's a good kickoff for us, for sure.
Now, they played last Thursday. Without giving away any of your game plan for the coming week, what did you learn about them just off the tape?
No, just saying things like I just said. I think they're super physical on both sides of the ball. I thought their special teams was really good. And so it's not like they had a lot of drop-off from last year's team. I mean, I think they're still a conference championship contending type program. I think they should be ranked in the top 25. And I was happy that they won last week, because I said that back in the Sooner Media Day, right, that these schools outside of our conference, they need to play us. We need to be able to play those schools. And for Lindsey Wilson to drive over and play at Texas Wesleyan, and for Louisiana College or Louisiana Christian to be able to play down there in Florida this weekend, it just is better for our league. It's better for our conference, and it should show that everybody that around the country that we have some really good teams in this conference that are able to play.
As much as you want to beat them in conference and head-to-heads, like you said, you want to strengthen the conference.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
And show that you have that talent. We'll start with the defense this time, Coach. What's the one key or a couple of keys for the defense?
Oh, I like always, right? I still think it's old school football. You got to be able to stop the run and create some turnovers. If you can do that, and I know every coach says it, I mean, it's coach talk, but it's really true, right? Can you make them a one-dimensional team, and can you take some of the things away? But it's every week, how physical can we be at the point of attack, and how well do we tackle, and can we create some turnovers? That's going to be crucial.
What about for your offense?
Everything, right? Same thing, right? Stay out there on the field on third downs, convert, and score when you get in the red zone. Try to score as many touchdowns as you can, and then play as fast and quick as we can go.
Now, we can't leave out the third fastest play game, the special teams, and you're a special teams guy yourself as a player. What do you like about your special teams? Well,
it's going to be an interesting group. It's going to be a young group in a lot of phases, with the new kicker and new punter getting its roles. Tyler, we got a good deep snapper coming back, and so with Keone Raber and some things like that. So that's going to be an interesting group, but it's a talented group. I think we recruited the right guys. I think we got some of the right people in some spots that can score and can convert some points for us. And so I'm excited to watch that group get out and play. It's a lot like last year when we first got Landon and Logan and those guys here. It was neat to watch those guys flourish and get after it and show everybody how good they really are. So it'll be a neat group to watch.
Yeah, when you look at the All-American list every year, you can almost guarantee there's a
kicker and a punter in there. That's right.
OUAZ. So let's see if those young guys can continue on.
That's it.
First game's at home. How excited are you to play in front of these home fans?
Oh, it's always great. The city is surprised. Our student body has always done a great job of coming out and watching our guys. Hopefully the dorms will fill up the rafters and get out there in that stairwell and get after those guys from Texas Wesleyan tomorrow night and really just be excited. But just the involvement of the community, when you're in such a big city like Phoenix, and then you can still have that small town vibe like Surprise does for small college football. It gives us a great home field advantage, and I know we're probably almost sold out on tickets for this game, and so we'll be in standing room only, and it'll be 115 degrees, and people will still be fired up to come watch these guys play. And there's a lot to that really makes me excited about our team, and that's something that's so good for our community, that these fans and the people that a lot of them don't even have a tie to our team, and they'll come watch these kids play, and it's neat, and I can't thank them enough.
We'll have a lot of opportunities to talk this season, but this will be the last time we talk before you kick off. Is there anything you want to leave us with?
No, just excited for this team and the new chapter in OUAZ football, and hopefully it's a good one when we look back at it in December, and hopefully we can keep building this and growing it and helping this university grow and just keep doing some good things. It's a lot of fun.
Excellent. Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.